YouTube. How is everything going? Keeping well? So I think my mic was muted for a moment. We have Manny here from EmbedMyReviews. So it is a platform which collects reviews from multiple different platforms like Google reviews, like Yelp, like Amazon, and get them all together in one place. It's beautiful. The presentation is beautiful, and the backend is so much full of features. I'm sure somebody will comment. So what about Climbo? What about Endorsal? Yes, they had their time and they had great product as well. But we are going to see the differences today. Manny, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It's a night, Saturday night, and I think this is the best time for me to do the live shows. And I want to say hi to those who are online. Sam, thank you so much for sharing. And Sam is also very advanced and knowledgeable in LTD space. He have tested so many products, like my other friend here, Alberto. And Kevin, thank you for joining, Kevin. Yes, he is from Malaysia as well. So I get to know all these people and I get to see how in-depth they are, like technology-wise. So I am not going to take up so much time on these. Guys, I'm going to give the mic to Manny and let him tell the story to you. Manny?
Yep. Hi, everyone. So my name's Manny, as Rohani said. I've been a senior developer for over 8 years. And in that time, I've worked at various SaaS companies, big and small, e-commerce platforms as well. So about 3 years ago, I came up with the idea for EmbedMyReviews. And it came from the businesses that I'd worked with, and I saw a need at that time to build a platform where we could collect all the reviews for the local businesses and put them in one place. And it evolved from being a widget platform to being a full-featured platform at that point. So during that period, I continued development, and what I did was I looked at other platforms in the space. And saw what they were doing, what I could do different to distinguish my platform. And so in that period, I saw other platforms like Climbo, Endorso, and many others come out in this space. As you guys probably are aware, there is quite a lot of reputation management solutions out there. But the same problems carried on coming up, and it was basically around agency features that were missing from all these platforms. So what I did was, from the offset, we built the platform in a way that it's for agencies. And when I do go over the demo, these are the things I want to highlight: is how we are unique in our platform and how we make it easier for agencies to onboard new clients very quickly. It acts like your own SaaS, basically. So you're not a developer, but you have a team of developers behind you. So that's the story in.
I'm also interested to know how it inspired you, because a lot of us, we look at it, we make things that essentially help us to help others. So I'm just curious that how it came to be.
Very good question. Nobody's asked me this. So basically, when I became a developer initially, my hobby was crawling data. So I loved building my own scrapers, building my own crawlers, and collecting data. And that took me down the path of becoming a developer. So what if I was ever going to build a SaaS, it was going to be around collecting data. So it was like this was a relationship built in heaven for me, basically. So I knew in this space that not all these platforms have APIs, so I have to crawl data. And it's one of my strengths on this platform, is that we integrate very quickly with review sites. So we will collect every week. We're adding new review sites. For example, this week I think I added 2 more review sites. Last week I believe it was 4, and it's continuing. I want to have the most integrations possible. So I don't say no to any review site that we want to add. So basically, it was around crawling data, and that's how this idea. Then I went, yeah, this is the one I want to build.
This is very important. I want the audience to know that if you are passionate about something and you build on top of it, people will come, because you love this and you made made it out of that love that you like to do. And then it solves a problem. That is where all this connection is made. That once you solve this problem, you will realize that you're solving problem for bigger companies. You're solving for a problem for a mom and pop shop. Like if my wife have a shop and I want to integrate the reviews, fantastic. Like you can go with a small plan and get it done. So this is what is very important for me. For every live I want to do, it needs to add value to somebody, means my audience, right? They need to have a value. And this is why I loved looking at Embed My Reviews, because since the inception of the beta that Andrian has been testing, he did a great work. He always will update me. I mean, this is changing. This is, look at this. And he updated me so much. And I love to, geek out with him. And I understand because he came from developer background. You yourself from developer background. Me, myself, old-timer developer background. And yes, so I can understand the logic, that thought process that came to your mind. And it's fantastic. What is this is sort of heavy question, but it's not pointing to something. But what is the future plan that you have for the product, or how you envision it to grow further? It's fine that if you do not have like so much detailed answer, but you can give us an insight.
Yeah, so the future plan for the product is that we've got a few major features that we want to launch, one of them being social share. Last week, what we did on Sunday was we launched the AI integration with ChatGPT, so you can reply to reviews. But I don't want to hold AI just to replying to reviews. It's a big part of our social sharing feature. So once we finish off the development with social share, I want AI to work hand in hand with social sharing. So basically, being able to automatically share your business's hard-earned reviews via different social platforms in a fully automated fashion. That will be one of our major features that comes out next. So over the next year, what we want to do is make the platform feature rich. I want to keep it as a very small team so that we can keep the runway strong and not over-invest in just hiring a load of staff. I like to keep things in a very tight-knit group because I feel like we can evolve quicker when it's a smaller team.
Definitely, I agree, because smaller team can execute faster. They don't have to go through so many levels, and that is the part of bootstrapping it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And after the period of these features that we develop over the next six months, then we will go down the phase of aggressively going towards getting our monthly revenue on par. My goal with any product I build, I want to be the best in the space that I'm in. It's a lofty goal, but I think I can do it because of the understanding I have on the product, being a technical founder, where in my space there aren't technical founders. They're usually outsourcing the development. So I think I should use this key what would you call it, strength that I have with on the technical side to my advantage. So the goal is towards MRR and then becoming the leader in the space.
Fantastic. And I'm wondering that, are you going to show us a little bit of insight today? Because I am very interested. I signed up, but I haven't got to dig deeper inside. So I think, I'm just sorry, I got distracted by some comments. Yeah, Alberto, we will come back to your comment. I have favorited it, so later I will highlight these comments. So everyone, please put down your comments. If you haven't checked the product, let me show you the URL that you can go and check before I pass the mic to Manny. So the link is this one. You can go and check and see how it is different. For me, it is pretty different. The one of the most bigger things that strike me is simplicity, clean, and agile interface. So this is something that I'm always look forward to, that the interface is well done. It doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be so colorful. It have to be in point. That is the most important part, right? And yeah, you guys can go ahead and check this out while Manny can show some of the stuff. Meanwhile, put down your questions. I'm going to track all of them. No worries.
Okay, should I share my screen now?
Yes, you can.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Let me remove the text.
Okay.
So it doesn't. Oops, sorry. Just went off. I think it's good now. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm logged into a demo account on the dashboard. So I'll be using this account as to go over some of the main features on the platform. So to keep it quick in this live session, what I want to do is go over what I believe is our key features. So though we do support businesses, our key market is agencies directly. So we're a fully white labeled solution. And I want to go over what makes us different compared to other platforms in this space, what you haven't seen before, or they have implemented, but they haven't implemented it in a way that is fully customizable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the agency settings section. This is where you'll find all the features available for agencies and controlling the app's flow for your customers. So you can fully white label the application like you'd be probably used to on other platforms. So you can add your name, upload your logo, change the theme. But what we do different as well is we allow you to control the language. So at the moment, we've got a selection of languages here. In total, we will have 15 languages soon. So they're being translated, but these languages are available now in the system. Currencies we'll go over, which is related to our native Stripe integration. So you're able to integrate Stripe by just logging into your Stripe account, and then we will handle a white labeled solution where we will handle the payments for you with Stripe, and all the payments we'll collect will generate the invoices, but they will be under your company's brand. It just removes another layer and it becomes seamless because it's inside the platform. So once you've white labeled the app, what you want to do is add your domain. Again, you've probably seen this in other platforms. They do something similar. You just add your domain here. It can be a subdomain or the full domain, and just create one DNS record to connect your tell your DNS server to redirect that URL to our platform. We handle generating certificates automatically. So every 6 months, the SSL certificate gets generated, and you just see that here. We do let you keep your original domain, and that's just your backup. So just in case you make a mistake with your DNS settings or something goes wrong, just bookmark your original domain and the original subdomain, and then that will let you back into your account. So we just thought ahead of time, users, if you make a mistake. So now I'm going to go over the critical features I believe in our platform that set us apart. One of those being custom plans. Now, how you see custom plans is basically subscription plans, but for you to sell to your customers. So you can create as many custom plans as you want. Usually you'd have about 3. Your lowest plan being the cheapest with a limited set of features. And then you would have your, say, your pro plan, and then your top level plan having the highest features and the most, it is probably the most expensive as well. So I have one custom plan created here. I'm just going to show you what's possible within custom plans. So we have a name and description here, that's simple, but you can set something called default plan. And basically what that is, it allows you to set a specific plan to be your default plan whenever a user signs up to the platform, your customer, a potential customer, this plan will be assigned to them. And whatever restrictions and features you allow will be available to that customer. You can optionally link it to Stripe, so that we know which Stripe price to charge them. And that's possible by just giving us the IDs in here. I'll show you how easy it is to integrate Stripe in later on. So once you link this, if you want to, you can use it without this. So this is completely optional. We have free trials, and this is unlimited. You can customize this to be whatever value you want. So when customers open an account on your dashboard, the amount of days you give, that's the amount of days they've got free access. After that, if you've got Stripe enabled, then we will redirect them to the subscription place saying that your trial has expired. You need to purchase a plan. If you don't have Stripe enabled, then we will just show a generic message that your trial has expired. Speak to your account manager to purchase a subscription. So that's free trials. And then we have something that we spent a lot of time on designing this within the platform, which is plan options. This is basically full control over the platform. So whatever feature, credits, limits, you can control on the plan. So if you want to say, okay, on this plan, a customer only gets 1,000 email credits per month, you just need to type that in here. We'll control that kind of access to that to customers on that platform, to that plan. Limits on locations, member limits, how many team members they can invite, you can limit that or leave it on set to unlimited. We also go ahead further. So any feature within the platform, for example, if you want to stop them from importing reviews on this plan, you can just click switching that off, and then they won't be able to use that feature unless they upgrade to a higher tier plan. So every feature within the platform is configurable within custom plans. So I'll just quickly go over so you can see the different options, whether they're allowed to create widgets or not, how many widgets they can create, what type of widgets are allowed to be created, the filters that they're allowed to use, whether they're allowed to show whether they can disable your powered by URL or not. So even that is controllable in here. And again, with the review gating collect forms, you can limit those. Sending out a review request, you can disable it or disable it for a specific channel like email or SMS, whether they're allowed to use their own branded email address, phone number, integrations, which integrations are available, hide which ones you don't want to show. So this is useful in situations where you're in a particular niche like restaurants. You don't really want to show cafeteria, G2, or anything that's not applicable to your niche. So you can just deselect those ones, enable this option, and then they will be hidden. So it will be acting as your niche platform and not show things that are not relevant to your niche. So we thought ahead of time with these kind of features for you. So that's custom plans. We go a step further. So what we have is something called custom products, which is add-ons. So see it like a way of getting additional revenue from your existing customers. So for example, say you have a customer on this basic plan and they have 1,000 email credits, but they've run out of email credits. What do you do? What do they do? Do they want to go on to the next higher tier plan? Maybe they don't really want the features, but they just need extra email credits on their existing plan. So what you can do is go to custom products, create a custom product. You can either set it to a one-time fee or a recurring, so it's every month. And if you, for example, in this case, if I just want to create a custom product for email credits, I'd click on one time, select email credits, give it a name, and then within the custom product, you can define how many credits this custom product's worth. And if you link it to Stripe, then it just works a lot more seamless because the customer can just do it through the platform. So once the customer pays, we assign those email credits to their account and they've got the access and you've been paid the amount that you wanted to charge for those credits. So that's custom products, and it works on not just on credits, but any feature within the platform that we just went over in custom plans. So you could enable a certain review site, maybe like, for example, you want to charge an extra monthly fee for access to Trustpilot, you could do that. So any features possible is really up to you. And like I've mentioned with Stripe, we're a direct partner. So that means that we use Stripe Connect, which is similar to how Shopify do their integration with Stripe. It's actually the same thing. So we work the same way like Shopify would do with Stripe. So all you need to do is go to Auto Stripe Billing, click on Set Up Payments. And then what we'll do is we'll redirect you to the onboarding account with Stripe. Fill in your details. If you have an existing account with Stripe, just put in the email address here, click continue, follow the steps to get yourself set up onto our platform. Once you've done that, then our Stripe lets our system know that you've integrated with us, and then we will handle taking your monthly subscriptions and your add-on, any one-off upselling charges you want to make. These are the key features that I've not seen in any platform in this space, which makes us very different for agencies, allowing you to make more revenue from your existing customers, as well as control what kind of access you want to give to customers. One thing also that's unique to our platform is the ability to integrate your own email provider, your own SMS provider, and use your own OpenAI account to use AI within the platform. So just quickly, if I click on emails here and just show you some of the providers that are available to connect to. So we have Amazon SCS, Mailgun, Postmark, SendGrid, and Sendinblue. And you have the ability, if there's a provider that we don't support, most providers support SMTP, so just select that one and you'll still be able to integrate with our platform. But we have direct native integration with the others. And what this allows you to do is then be able to sell those credits on, like I've just shown you, because you're using your own email provider, you have that kind of control. It also removes the risk where, for example, if we were to provide this service to you and another agency on our platform sent out a load of spam, it's not going to harm your account because it's all isolated. You're using your own information, so there is that safety. You're not limited to one email provider, so if you want to add more, you can do that. Have fallbacks. You can. It's built for power users basically. So if you want that kind of control, we give you that kind of control. And very quickly, I've already got Brevo set up, which is the new name for Sendinblue. I'll just show you how easy it is to go through the setup. So it's a wizard-based setup. All you need to do for Brevo is just provide the API key, follow those steps. For power users, we give you control. So if you want to limit throttle sending emails, by default, we give you a reasonable default. If you don't want to change it, if you don't change it, just leave it as default. But you have that kind of control if you need it. Feedback is basically because we're tracking open. If an email's been opened, whether any link in the email's been clicked, you can disable this. We leave it on by default, but based on the regulations in your niche, if you need to disable them, then this is where you would do it. Otherwise, just leave it on so you can get that data. And then you just get to the summary part where you just provide your email address that you want to use as your default email address to send out emails from, and your reply to address. And then that's it, really. It just and all parts of the system work this way for agencies. The same applies to SMS. So we integrate with a number of providers, all the popular ones like Twilio, Clickatel, Amazon SNS, Vonage, and SMS77. We have a few more in the pipeline that customers have requested, one from India that we will integrate into the platform. So if you've got an SMS provider in your country that is cheaper to use, then just submit it on the roadmap and we'll get that added usually in the next development cycle. Yeah, so it's pretty easy for us to add new providers. AI, which was launched, I believe, last Sunday, allows you to add your own AI provider to the platform. For now, we've just integrated with OpenAI, but I've built this in a way that, like with email and SMS, that we support multiple platforms. Eventually, there's going to be other platforms coming into this space, and then we will add those onto this based on user demand. So you won't be just limited to OpenAI. And what this allows you to do with AI is reply to reviews. Eventually, we will integrate it with social sharing so that can be automated if you want. Your customers can automate the flow for that. So when we implement a feature, we always think of it from a future perspective. So we don't want to just build a feature and be done with it. We go down the route of, okay, this is what you want now, and this is the direction we want to go in the future, and just keep that flexibility there. So these are the key features, and I just want to show you the customers dashboard quickly. So these are customers that I've already created in here, registered accounts for. And this is where you would manage your customers. So what you can see is an option to log in as a customer, and I'll quickly just log in as a customer to just show you the customers dashboard. So as you can see, I'm logged in as a customer here. You can see the customer sees the trial, when their trial, that they're on a trial at the moment, when their trial is expiring. This is their dashboard, what reviews they've got. We click on reviews. They'll see an overview of all their reviews. This is where they can respond to any of the reviews they want. Can expand this open and get more data. If there was a response here, they'll be able to see that. We give a lot of options for filtering reviews by sentiment, whether they've been responded to. So a lot of filters here for the user to filter their data by. Adding new reviews, so they can connect reviews, like I mentioned, to different platforms. They can also manually add their own reviews if they wish. And you can control all of this from custom plans, whether they're allowed to do this or not. Import reviews, if they want to import them in bulk. Yep, so I'm just going to go over the widgets as well quickly, just to show you some of the widgets on the platform. So this is the widget builder within the platform that users can design their own widgets. And one thing I want to just show you here is, if you've just noticed, it says upgrade. So instead of hiding features, if your custom plan has an option disabled, we still show the feature. And the reason we do it like this is so that it gives you the possibility of upselling, pushing customers to a higher tier plan, so you earn more revenue from your customers. So when your customer tries to click and enable this option, they'll see a pop-up to upgrade. And if we had Stripe enabled, then there'll be a subscribe button, and we will redirect them to your subscription page. So this is how it's more effort on our part, but it is much more better to do it this way, because it's a higher converting. You'll get you more customers on higher tier plans. So everywhere in the platform, every feature is always visible, but we will show a label. And if they try and enable that feature or try and use that feature, then we will show them that message. It's great because it will show the customer that this feature is available, and if they need it, they can upgrade to the plan that allows that feature. So yeah, we've got a number of widgets in the platform, and I'll just quickly go over them, just click through them, just so you can see what we have. So this list widget, of this fancy Crozer widget. All of our widgets are fully responsive, so you can see that it scrolls through infinitely. If you hover over it, pauses. We have this card widget, which is a single review at a time. The grid design. And you can see down here is the powered by URL. And again, if we disable this option in the custom plan, then the customer wouldn't be able to disable it. So it's up to you how you control what kind of features that they can enable or disable. Summarize widget. Then just to show you that they're fully responsive, you can just click here and see on a tablet view, on a mobile view. Then we have the pop-up widget. You can click on it to view the full review. We have this float widget that you can click on again and see all the reviews, and they infinitely load. Filter through the widgets, click on a specific widget. You can customize the CTA button. One thing that's unique to our platform is the amount of features, settings we give for you to customize the widgets, or your customers to customize the widgets. So for example, I just click through to see the review sources. You can enable, disable which review source you want to show reviews from. Filters, multitude of filters available, what ratings you want to show reviews by, how many reviews you want to show, character limits, hide reviews without comments, whether the reviews are verified or not, languages to exclude, sentiment, additional locations. So, because we're built for larger businesses as well. So if a business has multiple locations, for example, it's like McDonald's and they've got a location in every city or town, then you would have locations. And here you can say, okay, do I want to show reviews from all locations or a specific location in this widget? And you can do that. Review snippets, these are the review stars within organic search. So you'll see in Google where they did review stars are shown. You can just enable that option and then the review stars will be shown. So we've gone ahead and added a lot of customization features. I'm not going to go over all of them, but every widget has its own level of customization. So features can be enabled, what you want to show within the widget, style, colors, fonts. And we use the full Google library of fonts, so any font can be used out of all of these. Just give me a second. Sorry, because I'm streaming, it's slowing my machine down. But here are the fonts. You can see that coming up. Any of the fonts can be used. Okay, so that's widgets. Collect is review gating. If you know the term, it's a way of preventing negative reviews as well as distributing reviews across which review site you want to send reviewers to. So, for example, if your customer tries to leave a bad review, so if they select 1 star, we redirect them to a private feedback form. But we still give them the option of leaving a review. This is so we adhere by Google's policies. So if the user doesn't want to leave private feedback, they still want to leave a review, they can click here, and then they'll be redirected to the page to leave a review. In terms of what review sites, so for example, at the moment I'm showing Google, but if I enable TripAdvisor open table that's available, that I've already connected, then you can see the user will be shown this. So for example, if I just go back here and select 5 stars, then I'm redirected here. Where does the customer want to leave a review? So they can review us on Google, TripAdvisor, open table, or they can leave a testimonial. So if they click on here, we have testimonial support within the platform. So they can leave a testimonial for you directly. And you can manually approve these if you wish. You can enable that within the form builder. A lot of customizations available in the platform. Every little part has been thought about, whether you want to treat a negative review at 4 stars, which is default. So anything below 4 stars will redirect to the private feedback form, or do you want to do it from anything below 5 stars? So you want to class 4 stars as negative as well. It's up to you. Full customization. Theme.
We have a lot of questions on the group, which is good.
Okay.
Which is good. And remember, we agreed that the LTD community, they are very, very advanced and tech savvy. And you're going to see all these things when I'm going to highlight the questions.
Okay. Excellent. It's very good that they're asking questions, because that means it's going good so far. Okay. So just quickly with the collect forms, so full customization on the collect forms. But when it comes to how do end customers see this widget? So what we do is we give you a number of options. We give you a hosted widget, which you're probably familiar with other platforms that you've seen, where you have your own white labeled URL, and then the widget is shown there. But we also go a bit further. We give you a QR code. So if you want it offline, where the customer scans a QR code, we give you a kiosk mode. So that for some offline businesses, they prefer a kiosk mode. you have the kiosk mode implemented. But then we also do this, which is unique to our platform. The collect form is a widget, so it can be installed on your customer's website. So all they need to do is copy this code, put it onto their website, and that widget will be displayed there, which is very unique to us. We also, with collect forms, you're not limited to one. Your customer can create as many as they wish, as long as you've defined it in the custom plan how many they're allowed to create. Why is this useful? It's useful because you could collect reviews from different places. So for example, you could A/B test it. You could also collect reviews from different funnels within your end customer's journey. So for example, I'll give you an example with e-commerce where we found this was useful. As soon as an order is placed, how about putting the collect form on the thank you page? How was your experience checking out with us? And you'll see that you get a lot of positive reviews at that point. So this is one of the reasons why we implemented it like this, so that you could add review forms in different funnels within your platform. So it's a great way of getting additional reviews. So with request, just continuing on quickly, this is how to get reviews automated in an automated fashion via email and SMS. Eventually, we'll support WhatsApp, but at the moment, we have support for email and SMS. And customers can be uploaded either via automation tools like Zapier, Integral, Multipably, because we have full API and webhook support. But you can also your customers can manually add customers by just clicking in the Add Customer button and entering the details here. They can import them in bulk with a CSV. We also give you an opt-in page. So this can be either used by your customers' employees if they want to do it, or they can give this out to their customers. And this will be useful for businesses in industries where you have to get customers to opt in before they can get an email. So then you have this. And again, as you can see, it's your branding powered by URL. And this is a great way of getting extra leads into your business. Authentication can be enabled or disabled. Again, if it's just for the employees, they can enable this so it's not publicly accessible. Yep, so that's customer lists and adding customers onto campaigns. And just to show you campaigns quickly, just click edit on one of the demo campaigns. Just want to show you how easy it is to create a template. So we use the unlayer editor to create templates. So it's fully user-friendly. It's just a few clicks of a button to create a template. But say, like me, I hate creating templates. I'd rather use a template that's already out there in the wild. We integrate with Unlayer's marketplace. So all you need to do is click on Import Unlayer Template, click on this link, and this will redirect you to a free template marketplace where you can import any template from here. So just quickly as an example, I'll just show you how easy it is for your customers to create a template. So if I just type in review and say I want to use this one, just copy this URL, come back to the platform, paste it in here, click import, and you can see the template's been imported. So it gives you a good baseline to start building your template out. And if I want to make sure this button goes to the collect form that we just showed you earlier, just click on this button, go to special links, select the form from collect review form, click on my form because that was the name of that form, and that's it. Click save. You can send it. Your customer can send out a test if they want, and that's it. You've got a template created. Clicking on the send tab at the top, I'll just show you that we support reminders. Again, it works the same way. You can customize the subject, add templates, additional templates, create them. So if the customer doesn't open or click on to leave a review in the first campaign, create reminders, and automated reminders will be sent out until they click on they leave you a review, or your reminders are exhausted. You've sent out all the reminders within the flow. So fully customizable. SMS works exactly the same. I'm not going to go over that because it's the same. The design, apart from the editor, it is exactly the same, the flow. So yeah, so campaign, again, your customers can create multiple campaigns, A/B test them, and with unlimited collect forms, they can really go fine-grained in terms of finding out which email, which collect form converts the best. And so we give you that already within the platform. It's not on the roadmap, it's already built in. Email settings, quickly, because we've integrated Brevo. If they want to use their own branded domain, all they need to do, the platform takes care of this for the for you as the agency, so you don't have to do it for them. We tell the customer what details they need to provide to get it set up, and we'll go through the verification step and we'll manage this step for you. And it works with all our native integrations, so Amazon SES, Postmark, SendGrid. It's a similar flow. They add their domain and then they verify their DNS settings. And again, you can control all of this from custom plans. Integrations, quickly, just to go over for those that are interested in what we support, you can quickly see that we support a multitude of different review sites. Just quickly scroll through them. This testimonials app is our built-in testimonials feature that I just showed you on the collect forms. Facebook, we've been approved this week. So Facebook is being implemented now. It'll be launched next week, fingers crossed. And then you'll have Facebook reviews. And some of these are being implemented now. Also working on Deliveroo currently, which will launch over the weekend. So you'll have Deliveroo reviews. But again, look, these are the ones that will be on the platform soon. We're looking to, one of my personal goals, I was speaking to Rohani about this earlier, is that I want to have the most integrations in this space. And over the next few months, you'll see for existing users that are already on the platform, they already see it. They're surprised at the way we're very quick at doing integrations. And it is because it is one of my own personal goals is to be the most, to have the most integrations in this space. So for example, you can see this was requested by a customer in Norway, and it's a niche specific site for physiotherapists. So it's not applicable to all users. But because that is one of our goals, we went ahead and did that integration. Again, another one here, Mind Body. And you won't see this on other platforms. All they do is support the most popular ones, but they won't go niche specific. We will go niche specific. So if you have a review site that you want integrated, just raise it with us, put it on the roadmap. We'll action it very quickly. You'll be surprised how quickly we integrate. Sometimes even the same day. I can't promise it every time, but quite a few times we've integrated it within a day or so. But yeah, that's integrations.
And
if
you have mentioned that you are also open to, like, let's say in Thailand, they have a different review site, but they do have API and stuff. So you are open to integrate with them as well, right?
Yes, yeah. Ideally, if they have an API, that's fantastic. That's even better. But if they don't, because one of our key strengths is that we crawl data at scale. That's our expertise. We can integrate even if they don't have an API. Just raise it on our roadmap. It's one of our goals. We want to have the most integrations in this space, so we will do it. It's a personal promise that's something we take a lot of pride in. So yeah, we'll do that. In situations where we won't do native support, say for example, you had a WordPress site and you had reviews from a plugin, that wouldn't make sense for us to build a crawler that is only going to be used once. In that situation, what you can do is create a custom source, fill in these details, and then you can bulk import those reviews into the platform. So we do support custom sources, and that's a situation where you could use custom sources and import your own reviews manually. But in other situations where there is a review site, we will do a direct integration for you. Yeah, so this is from the customer's perspective. You can see all the data is being shown here. We even go ahead, like over time, there will be quick actions. There's more actions for agencies, but in here we'll give more to quick customers so they can do actions very quickly. So I'm just going to leave this customer's account, go back to the agency account. And I just want to go over. So this customer, we were logged in as just now. If I just click on manage here, you can see more details about this customer. You can switch their plan. If we had multiple plans here, you'll be able to switch them to a different plan. You can see that they're on a 3 week. They've got 3 weeks left on their trial, but you can also configure the plan options at a customer level. So, for example, where's this useful? This is useful in a situation where, say, with a specific customer, they were on the basic plan, but you wanted to give them an additional feature because you had done a deal on the side with them, or you want to give them extra email credits, but you didn't want to do it at the basic plan because that will give the same level of access to other users on that plan. You can do it at customer level, so you can come into the customer and just adjust the settings here, and straight away they'll have access to whatever feature or limit increase that you've done. Free trial, again, you can extend the free trial here. So if you've got a customer, their trial expiring, but you want to give them, they've asked for additional time to make a decision, come in here and extend their trial. The flexibility is like, this is what I want to emphasize, is this is how we've built the system, is give you full control so you can manage the SaaS. It acts as your own SaaS. And when I mean it's your own SaaS, these are the features that developers would originally have access to, enabling, disabling features. And I wanted it to be built in a way that you as the agency could have full control. So when we mean it's a fully white label solution, to me, this is a fully white label solution because it gives you fine-grained control over the app. Every control feature we can control, you can control as an agency user as well. And again, just quickly, API and webhooks. So if you want to build an automation flow with a third-party tool, you can use our API. We have documentation on this. We'll add more documentation as we go on. Or you can use our webhooks. So this is useful with Zapier and Tegromat and Pabbly, etc. And just select the events that you want to be notified by, and then we'll send that payload across to your automation tool. This will be opened up to customers directly as well if you want. It was built with the mind that even the webhook and API is white labeled fully. So if you've got big customers and they need access to the API or webhooks, very soon they'll be able to do that themselves as well. So it won't be just limited to agencies. At the moment, it's just agencies, but it is already white labeled behind the scenes. So we want to give that access to your customers as well.
Hang on. This is serious. This is serious stuff. I mean, are you sure? Because in my understanding, that if you are going to do white labeling on API and webhooks, means your domain also need to white label the API we are calling, right?
Yes. So the API you're calling, because we went over the domain section quickly at the start, you can add your own domain. All our customers will be adding their domain here.
Right.
So once you add your domain, the whole platform is white labeled, including the webhooks and API.
Right.
So you can control permission levels from here for the API, what kind of permissions, and we've grouped them in a sensible default. And you have access to the documentation here. But again, with the reason, Rohani, we built it in this way is that it was built with the mind that every agency that comes onto our platform, we want them to become a power user. So you become a power user on our platform, the more revenue you earn. Okay, with LTDs is a bit different, but once we get to MRR, our goal is incentivize that the agency grows with us. So every agency that makes more revenue means more revenue for the platform. So our goals are aligned. And our LTD users get the same features. And the reason you get the same features now and in the future is because you're the first users on this platform, and I respect that a lot. Initial users that come onto our platform, you give great feedback. And this is my first time in the LTD space, and I've been surprised by the amount of great feedback videos. I'm surprised that users send me videos explaining things that we could do in a different way, or do this, or how do I use this feature? And to me, that's been a very nice way of seeing customers, because usually customers say, "Oh, how do I do this?" But in this space, it's fantastic that so many users are technically minded. So yeah, with the demo of this was the main features I just wanted to quickly go over. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah, so we have a
Yes.
lot of questions. So let's go through
Okay.
it. Yeah. I think the first question from Alberto, have you seen nearby? It allows service companies take pictures of their work and ask clients to review the service. Helps with SEO on the page. I haven't actually tested these, but I know the name of the product. Yeah.
Do you have the? Yeah, if I could get the name of the product, I've not heard of this one.
It's called
But
Nearby.
I can look into it. Just nearby.
Nearby now, I
Okay,
think. Yeah.
nearby now. Okay, I'll take a look into that platform. Thank you. I've not heard of it. Um, take pictures. Again, it will be useful in with our social share platform.
Yes.
Sorry, social share feature. Um, but I think the users are going to be surprised when they see social share because it's being built. When we build a feature, it's not built just to get a feature out there. We're building it for the future. It's a key goal that we build a sustainable platform that's here for the long term. So, and the existing users that we have are testament to that. So it's worth joining our community as well on Facebook and seeing the feedback from our customers and asking them directly instead of
Yeah.
me.
And I have added the link in the video description. So please go ahead and join. I'm going to join afterwards, after this video. And Naz Hawk also is from UK, but I think he's on the London side. So
Okay.
he is very deep knowledgeable, and also he runs business. Means he knows exactly what agency things are about. So yeah, I think you guys can have a separate conversation since you are in the same time zone and country. And
Yeah.
before that, let me continue with the question. The second question was, will you integrate PayPal? And I have the same question to you because here in Malaysia, they do not allow individual Stripe account. Stripe account needs to
Okay.
be done by a established company. So
Okay.
yeah,
So there's two possibilities. One, you can get around the Stripe restriction if your company is registered in a country that allows Stripe. I have a user that I was speaking to late last night that is based in Morocco and was going to um, set up his company in the UK. Again, there is ways around this. It's not illegal; it's allowed. It's a lot of companies do that. They'll set up offshore businesses. So that's one option. The other option, in regards to PayPal, is it's not near term. I'll be honest, but it doesn't stop you from using the platform. Yes, with Stripe it becomes more seamless, but all the other platforms they don't even support Stripe. So you would have to have your own payment gateway there. But what I'm going to do in the near term is I'm going to allow. So, for example, when we saw that upgrade pop up here, that
yeah,
subscribe button
yeah.
would redirect to your the page you want them to go to. So that's something we can provide flexibility in. But direct integration, you're looking at toward 6 months for this for PayPal to start development.
No,
So it's not
I
near
can
term.
totally understand
Yeah.
because the way Stripe is built in multiple hierarchy. So
Yes.
you can have agent can have sub agents can have clients can have
Yeah.
something. So this is just an
Yeah.
example. So PayPal
Yeah.
is not built in that way.
Yes.
Honestly,
Razorpay, yeah. Razorpay was another one. I think that's an Indian payment gateway.
yes, it is.
Again, yeah. So it's the same answer to both PayPal and Razorpay. Yes, they will eventually come onto the platform, but they're not near term. There is other features because there's a workaround within the platform that will suggest that can be used to get around that limitation for now. So
Yeah. So Sam was asking why so much focus on agency features. I know because he's coming from the point because he runs business that his business
yeah,
have Google business reviews. So he's
yes,
more on the end user part.
yes.
So
So end
I
user,
think, yeah, I think you have
yeah,
shown some of the end user part, but
yes,
we wanted to highlight the agency because then you would know how to make the most money out of the system, and how
Yes.
flexible it is, how fine-tuned it is. Because I've been into this space for a while, and to be honest, I haven't seen a single platform that allows me to custom domain the webhook. Seriously, I
Yeah.
am speechless on that one. Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just add on to Sam's question? So the features we went over from the customer's perspective is exactly what, if you're just a business directly, that's what you get to use. But what sets our platform really apart from the rest is our agency features. That's why I want to focus on those, is because that is our, how would you say it, ideal customer. This is our focus, is agencies. But yes, the platform can be used by businesses directly, but our focus is agencies and resellers, because that's where we've put our focus on, and this is where you see the features, the strong features that we have in the platform.
Okay, somebody asked that can customer respond to reviews on different platforms right from the embedded widget?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So, yep. So Google is a native integration, so you can respond to Google directly from the platform. Facebook will be a native integration. Yelp will also have the option of being a native integration. Um, Other platforms, they're not native because they don't give you APIs, or they make it very expensive for us or the user directly to do a direct integration. So this is why being able to respond to reviews on the platform is only available for the ones that allow it. If you find a platform that does a direct integration, but we're not doing a direct integration, we'll make it into a direct integration. But yeah, so some
I
of them
think
are,
another
some
part
of
of
them
it
are not.
is they are looking at something like unified inbox. So all
Yes,
the, I think that is already existing in the system.
yeah, on the review section.
So this is an interesting question, and I was not aware of this, but I think some countries this applies. Each client need to be 10 DLC compliant.
Uh,
Not sure what is this about.
Comply what by what? Sorry,
10 DLC compliant. 10.
I'm not.
So I think this one we need to catch up another
Yeah.
way.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not. I'll get the questions later, and I'll do
Yeah.
some reading, and then I'll respond to it.
Do you have white label educational material on how to get reviews?
We will. We will. Yeah, definitely. Not videos, but documentation will be white labeled.
Okay. Yeah, I think this one he already seen because he have shown in the interface. From which location we are receiving reviews? I think it's applicable to businesses like they have multiple um, locations, branches, and they want to track.
Location. Yeah. Locations are for businesses that are bigger than one place. So, for example, the easiest explanation I can give is restaurants, where it can be a chain of restaurants. Each
Right.
location is a specific town or city, would be separate. So, businesses in that situation will want to still manage it in one place under one organization, but they will want an understanding of which location is doing the best under the main business. So that's why you would set it up as locations. But yeah, so that's what locations are. So it's built for big and small businesses.
Clients are using our own SMTP or send in blue or to send emails.
So for now, it's your agency account. So whatever you set up, and that's how you use credits to control access. If you don't want the customer to have access to SMS credits at all, just keep it disabled, and they won't have access. They'll be asked to upgrade to a higher tier plan. You could even sell it as an add-on. So if you don't want them to have any credits within their subscription plans, disable it at the custom plan level, create a custom product, and set up a custom product with SMS credits. So that's another way around it, where you can just charge a fee for this amount of credits upfront. So yeah, it's controlled by the agency, but
Yeah.
eventually
Alberto
we will
asking
allow.
whether you have any plans for WordPress plugins.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So WordPress plugin and a Shopify plugin will
Okay,
definitely
cool.
be integrated soon. Yeah.
So Samantha, she has a lot of clients, and her clients, they have web properties and in the service industry and mixed. So I think she was specifically talking about VRBO. Is there a
Yes.
searchable list of review sites?
Yeah. So I'll just quickly show you. VRBO is on the list. It's already
Okay.
integrated. Here's VRBO. Airbnb is already implemented. Booking.com is already implemented. So all you need to do, your customers just need to enter their listing URL here and click next, and we'll pull the reviews across,
So
and we
I
can
hope she
manage
is
it from
online.
here.
Okay. Next one. Is it possible to sell to customers if we get business plan, or is it only available in agency plan?
Agency plans.
Okay.
It won't be white labeled on the other two plans. So the startup
Mm.
and the business plan are not white labeled.
The next one is from Jaideep. Can we export data, and for how many months data we can download?
There is no restriction. So as long as your review sites are connected, click on
Mm.
the top button here, select all reviews. So I've got 2,263 reviews on this demo. Select all, go to bulk actions and click export, and that will generate a CSV of your review data. But there's no restriction on how long, indefinitely.
What does the SEO button do? Rich snippet is only available for software and such. There is no rating rich snippet on local business schema. So what does the SEO button do?
So it's for organic search. So if you install a widget or say your customer installed the widget on their site, um, on that specific page, when it gets indexed in Google, Google has the option of showing stars, review rating stars. So they're linked to that for that specific page. So it is supported within the schema. The last I checked, so it's definitely. We have a link to the documentation under the snippet that we can be read here. And the link should work. Goes to your Google review snippet structured data schema. So it'll just give you that information here.
This is a common question, so I think you can see the question right on screen.
No, sorry, I was looking at my. I'm sharing the screen.
Okay.
I can see now. How are you guys different from Endorso? They're pretty white label. So yeah, so in I don't know when you joined the stream, but I went over the features for the for custom plans and custom products. Endorso's platform doesn't support that level of customization, and the reason for that is simple. When Endorso launched, you'd noticed they didn't launch with agencies in mind, did as an afterthought. When they saw the demand that was there for agencies, then they implemented a solution. What we did was we built the system from the ground up to be for agencies. And what that's allowed us to do is build a system that is fully geared towards agencies and means we've already implemented features that would be very hard to do later on in the cycle. So as Rohani being a developer, he's nodding his head. I can see it becomes a lot more difficult to implement certain features if you didn't have that in mind from the offset. And because we had that from the beginning, it's a lot easier for us to implement things for agencies now than it is for a platform like Endorser that was never built for agencies in the first place.
Any plans for more email marketing platform? So I think what they're talking about is tools like Akumba Mail. Even me myself started using it, and Vbout. They are very well known in the LTD space, and
Yeah.
I think Akumba Mail might be Italian or French. I can't remember. their origin from there. Any
So
plans to? Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
so I'm pretty sure Akumba, it's been requested a few times, but it already works with our providers. If you select SMTP, then use your SMTP details from your Akumba Mail account, and then you can do a direct integration. So it should work with probably both of them. I can have a look at them, but if you select SMTP, you can do an integration.
So the next one is, do you charge a margin on top of the Stripe payment fees?
We will, not to LTD users though. It will be charged on our monthly subscriptions. So that's a good reason to join on the LTD
Yeah.
account.
So from Joginder, there is a question, and this is, I think many of us have the same question. I will have the same question, which is whether it is affecting any website speed after adding the widget.
Yeah,
Do you
so
use
not to
CDN? Yeah.
Yeah, so we do use CDN, but we go further with how we built our widgets. I don't want to be too technical, but we within your browser there is the ability to use web workers, and what that does is like you have CPU threads within on your
Yep.
PC or your MacBook. The main thread is for your UI and everything that gets loaded by the browser. The other threads are basically for other processing power. And what we do with our widget is we use web workers to use the other threads, so it doesn't slow your site down. So when your site's loading initially, the widget's using other threads and not affecting your site.
Yep.
Again, this is because the founder being a developer, it
Yep.
means that no shortcuts have been taken because developers will take shortcuts.
Yeah. So, Ashish Rai, is sentiment analysis available already, or you could share a demo to the same?
Yeah. So sentiment is done automatically on the platform. So if you go on reviews, the sentiment is detected between positive, negative, and neutral. You can see the smiley face here. We allow the ability to filter by sentiment as well, positive, negative, or neutral. You can use it within your widgets as well. And where this is useful is I've said this before to somebody. So, for example, some customers have made mistakes in the past where they've left a 5-star review, but they've actually left a negative comment in the review. This detects that more often than not. When we use sentiment, it's a way of still detecting a review. It's another layer of, is this review a positive or is it a negative or a neutral review? So that's where we use sentiment. There might be other use cases, but this is at the moment, that's how we use it.
So this is from Naz. He was asking, how do you compare to usertrust.io?
User Trust IO. I believe User Trust IO is directly for businesses to use. We are a platform where you can build your own User Trust IO. So you can build that User Trust IO by signing up an account, and you get the power of developers behind you, but you're the salesperson to get customers.
Okay, so the next one. Okay, this one I can understand because some of the Asian countries, so we have this behavior that we have clients, we have customers who wants to pay us cash or maybe a bank transfer because they are accustomed to it. My home country is like this. I think you will go to India, it will be pretty much like this. And so they are asking whether it is possible to manually collect the payment and then update the subscription plan for clients, which from
Yeah,
your demo, I can say you can definitely do that.
yeah. So quickly, if you can see my screen, click on customers on the agency
Okay, hang
settings.
on.
Click. Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yep. Yep. So agency settings, customers. Then click on the customer that you want to collect a manual payment on. Click manage. And say you've collected the payment. All you need to do is switch plan and put them on the plan that you want to. So there's a couple of ways you could do this. Is either switching the plan, increasing their, removing their trial. But yeah, so that's possible within the platform. Most often than not, we would recommend you switch the plan to a different plan. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted. So I think Samantha is already very, very excited from your answer because you can see you have solved a problem. So this is what it is that success is all about. But meanwhile, while you're feeling happy, Sam also want to be cynical because we are in this area for a while, and I think it is a solid concern from him that if you are giving out too much, how you're going to scale later on.
Yeah. So I don't agree, to be honest. I think I'm not giving out too much. And let me preface that by saying the platforms that are in this space that have done these LTD campaigns, they're giving access to unlimited SMS, unlimited emails. We're not doing that. We're giving you the ability to connect your own providers. So the cost isn't on us. Yes, there's processing computation that we're doing our side, but if we optimize that our side, the resource usage isn't that high. So the
Yes.
biggest cost our side is what? It is crawling that data. So if it's a non-native integration, then it's crawling that data. Again, that can be optimized as well. And we take um, steps to optimize that, and we'll take further steps to be fully optimized. So I don't think it's an issue. I think we're only selling a very limited amount of unlimited plans, and I don't feel like we're giving away too much. I think ideally, in a situation, if I could choose, yes, I would rather have users on this agency starter plan because it always leaves an option that you grow so big, you go over 50 customers, then you start paying the platform, and it's only $10 a month to add an additional customer. So we're not expensive, even on a monthly basis.
I think this is a very good compliment because Alberto also runs business, quite a lot of business, and to see him that even I can understand that you have put a lot of thoughts into it. Right now, in my day job, the whole analytics team, data science and data engineers, and everything is under me. So I can understand your thought process and the amount of details that you have put in. And even I can understand that for that tiny little bit sentiment emoji, have a lot of, how do you call this? A lot of process behind it just to bring out that smiley and show it there. So it might look small, but it's actually not that small. There's engineering work behind it to actually do that analysis and bring out the sentiment in front of you. And then I think I have this last question for now. Any plan to get it linked with Teed Call? I'm not sure about the name, but
Yeah, TidyCal maybe.
yeah,
I believe
probably.
yeah. So it can be used with our webhooks already and our API. So
Yeah.
if you've got something like an automation tool in between, if you want us to
Yeah,
build a native
I
integration,
yeah, I
be
think
open to doing that.
Pabbly, Integromat, and all those things should be good enough to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one I think they want to take a look. I'm ready to show. Can I see a website?
I don't have an example with me at the moment, but I can reply to the comment later and send an example.
Sure. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining, Manny. You have been great explaining all these things and to the point that I think somebody else, is it Nas? Yeah. Really good answer to Sam's question, Manny. What's your... Actually, I think I have missed one of his question earlier.
Okay, I can answer this question. TAT, I don't actually know what that's an abbreviation for. But yeah, so the company was registered in January this year. So just quickly, the 3-year development cycle wasn't a company; it was a side project for me. So once we got to a phase where I carried on building the product in, because I was a senior developer, I was working. I still had costs that being a parent, having 2 kids, I have costs. So I worked full time as a senior developer. So this was a side project initially over those 3 years. So in those 3 years, I built the product. Towards the Christmas period last year is when I knew the product was getting ready to actually go to market. And that's when we got the team together and I registered the business in the UK. That's why there's a difference there between the years it was registered into. Because running a business for 3 years without revenue would, unless I had an unlimited pit of money, would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Um,
So
in
TAT
terms
is
of,
basically
yeah, sorry, can
a
I just answer?
yeah, sure. Sorry.
I'll just answer the last part of his question. What's the
Yeah.
current financial runway based on hitting 50% of your LTD sales target? So I believe we've already hit the runway for 2 years. So because we're going to keep the team very small, if we weren't to get any revenue within the platform for 2 years, we would still be sustainable based on our cost predictions. Because we're not. Our major cost is crawling, and that's pretty optimized anyway. Even if we was to scale that 10x, we'd still have a runway for 2 years. So we've got 2 years runway currently, but obviously that will increase by the end of the LTD.
So TAT is a very well-known term in the digital marketing space. Is turnaround time.
Turnaround time. Okay.
Yeah.
So turnaround time I'm on customer support on purpose because I want to be in the trenches, seeing what our initial customers want and what kind of issues they face or what kind of features they want. So turnaround time usually is same day, but maximum 24 hours.
Oh, very good. That's very good. So Barb asked, have you ever looked into txtria.com for SMS? They probably have the cheapest.
No, but I will. I've noted it down. I'll have a look at that site.
So Naz said that, to clarify, Manny, I wasn't pointing out the gap between registering and building as bad thing. I respect the hustle. So it was a compliment in a way.
Yeah, I didn't take it that way. Sorry if it came across like that. I understand what he meant.
Okay, that's cool. And you guys are in similar space. I think you should have a separate discussion with Naz because he have successful business and clients, and also very very hands-on on digital marketing. Mm-hmm. So I think it can be a great combo and conversation. Sometimes we converse with other people not for the sake of money, not always. We converse because we discover things, right? So Naz is one of the person you should get connected and have a discussion, that what can I do better, or what do you think I can add it in? So certain things like this. So I am surprised and I am very, very thankful that all the people who stayed to the entirety of this live stream, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to use my AI system to pick up the winner. And don't worry, I will collect all the comments and with their dates and everything else. And thank you so much. Again, Sam, thank you so much for sharing. And yes, I missed another small question, but I think it's already answered. I think it is bill out. Can you just tell us if you plan to translate in French?
It's already translated
there.
in French.
It's already there. So yeah, if it is bill out, I cannot see your name in the comment, but yeah. Usually bill out is the guy. He is very how to say, he's very much into all this tech and LTD space, but he loves French. It's totally understandable because it's his native language. So I kind of pick up the pattern from the question, even though I don't see his avatar. You can relate that from the data, we can actually predict certain level of things. So I missed one time. So is Joachim. Yeah, I failed in life. Yeah, thank you for the questions and Manny. I hope I didn't take up so much of your time, and excellent answers. And I have not had this much of in-depth responses, especially in tough questions. And I'm excited. I just want to get into it. And now I'm thinking that I don't have a so-called business in that sense, but will I be able to gather manual testimonial? Means I send a link to someone, those who I have helped or I have did something for them, and they can leave me a review, and I want to put it on my website.
Yeah.
Yes, from the demo, I can figure it out. Yeah, I did figure out that you can do that. So that's all for now. Manny, go ahead and have a wonderful rest of the day. And those who are having the evening, have a great evening. Those who are just wake up, have a great morning. So for now, we are going to go off. We have shot over our running time by half an hour, but that's fine. This was excellent session and absolutely loved it. Thank you, guys. This is also uploaded to my YouTube, and I will later skim it down to a more digestible video. Thank you, Manny, so much.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys again.